Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. And I rise to speak in support of the motion calling for the Government to cancel its planned 1.25 percentage point rise in national insurance contributions that will cost families an average of £500 a year from April 2022. Many of my constituents in Luton South have been telling me they're struggling with the increase in the cost of living. I spoke with a mother of a disabled child living in Dallow who was really scared about whether she could afford to pay her rising gas bill as she needed to keep the heating on for her disabled child's condition. Similarly, in Farley, an older couple with serious health conditions living on a fixed income, struggling with increased food prices and energy bills. And many of my constituents have got in touch about petrol price increases, pointing out that the Tory cost of living crisis is being further exploited by sharp and often inconsistent rises at different petrol stations. So people are driving to different areas just to find the cheapest one, in desperation, in order to save a few pounds, in order to get to work or to be able to work. I'd like to take this opportunity then to see if the Minister could set out what action the Government is taking to tackle the large increases in petrol prices and any apparent profiteering taking place. However, the reality is that people are really worried about their future, and in just a few weeks there's still going to be a devastating set of tax hikes. According to the Resolution Foundation, the average combined impact of the freezed income tax thresholds and the 1.25% increase in personal national insurance contributions is about £600 per household, and combined with the £444 increase in energy bills expected next financial year for a household that gets the Chancellor's loan and council tax scheme, that means most households will still be more than £1,000 worse off in 2022-23. It's clear the Conservative Government is choosing to increase national insurance on working people and businesses at the worst possible time. It's also deeply unfair, hitting 27 million workers directly in their pay packets, while leaving other forms of income, such as from buying and selling property, multiple buy-to-lets and dealing in stocks and shares, untouched. Many of my constituents don't have wealth and assets like that, and that's why it's unfair. And that's why Labour have long called for the national insurance rise to be halted so it doesn't make the cost of living crisis worse. And I'd just like to say, in response to some points made by the other side, and I'm sad the member for South Cambridgeshire isn't here to hear this, that actually it is a regressive tax increase. Figures from Tax Calculator UK, published in The Guardian just a few weeks ago, show that earners of over £100,000 a year could end up paying proportionately less in national insurance than those on middle incomes if this insurance increase goes through. They'll pay just 7% of overall salary, the same proportion as someone on £20,000 a year. So this Treasury claim that it's progressive is not borne out when those earning between, say, £30,000 to £50,000 will be hardest hit by far. Someone on £50,000 a year will pay national insurance contributions after April of around 10% of their gross salary, and those on £30,000 will pay around 9% of their gross salary. From April, it will be about 13.25% on most earnings up to £50,000, but just 3.25% on any income above that threshold. We in the Labour Party know that people need help now, and that's why the Government should act now.